Okay, what's up guys? I haven't been posting for a few days. Well, I've recently returned and I am greeted to a whole different drama, which has happened as of recording this a few hours ago. And today we'll be going over this drama on the YBA Reddit. Yes, you heard me right. We're going over the drama on a Reddit. Okay, so just buckle your seatbelts because you're gonna be in for a ride. Okay, so not so surprisingly, this whole thing started with a video that I posted about a year ago. Some clip or portion of it was posted on the YBA Reddit, and Alpha, aka Paragon, of course saw this and decided to write a whole response paragraph to this. Anyways, he just puts up a few points that were made. He makes counterclaims. I really don't want to go into detail because this would make a whole different video. And I mean, I'll still put it on the screen. You can go over it, stop the video or something. But other than that, what I really wanted to talk about is the second Reddit post that he made on 4 a.m. apparently. Yes, this man decided to go out of his way at 4 a.m. to make a response to a Reddit post that was made on him. Well, I don't know why he was awake at 4 a.m. to see this. I don't know if at like nights he just like goes over through his phone to read these like, I don't know, criticism slash whatever comments made on him. But anyways, he made a response, so in this video, I'd like to go over that. So he starts off with an intro saying, okay, so I just thought about the YBA community for a few seconds just now, and I just got filled with the motivation to write this out because I fucking hate at least 90% of you, especially the ignorant Redditor losers. Alright, so he hates 90% of the community as a community manager, yep. Moving on. Paragraph A, he says, the YBA community is full of shitheads that use the excuse of mods using mod specs as an excuse to discredit us and everything we have done for the community. And before you make some retarded argument, let me point out a few things. Okay, so right out the bat, he's talking about everything they've done for the community. I just like all of you to keep in mind that he also does mention that they get paid to do this. Even if it's like below minimum wage or something, they get paid, and moderators apparently don't get paid. I'll go into that later. So he then talks about everything they did for the community, in quotes. Well, I don't know if every mod in your server does their job out of the goodness of their heart, or to get paid, or for the benefits that come with being a moderator. I honestly, personally, don't think that you guys moderate out of the goodness of your heart. And I'm saying this honestly. I only see a few people in your team being an exception. I'll only give one example for now. Tony maybe being an exception because he's been friends with Uzu for a while and he maybe wants to support his game by doing moderation work for him. Most of the time I've seen people only moderate just because they want a mod name tag or whatever other perks that comes with being a moderator in a server or a game, you know. It's just basically a way to ego boost yourself and basically a way to separate yourself from the common folk known as the community, okay? Alright, so the first point he makes here. Only senior moderators plus have access to mod specs. So I'd, again, really like you to look at this, okay? Just take it in. I'll give you a few seconds. All right, got it? Okay, so a few days ago, I posted a video titled Mui Boss Raid, Ultra Instinct Boss Raid, sorry. In this video, there are three people with specs. One of them is a moderator. They have their own like title or something on the leaderboard. And then we see two other people specifically. There's the Red Hot Chili Peppers with boxing. I mean, sorry, not even boxing, it's Oni. And then there's a Ultra Instinct, which is the highlight, with Oni, okay? So I took a few pictures. I actually saw this before. Like, two of these people weren't even ranked as senior moderators in the YBA group, because people in the YBA group are usually also ranked in the Discord as well as senior or moderators or whatever role that they have, okay? So this individual specifically, the highlight of the video, the Ultra Instinct, is not even a senior moderator and has these specs in game. And then the Red Hot Chili Pepper, I'm not even gonna bother showing if you'd like to search his name up because I've tried to find like specific areas where the names weren't blurry or pixelated. I really couldn't find one for the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Well, this guy also was ranked as a supporter or something. He wasn't even a senior moderator. He was dressed up as like an Among Us character and he was named imposter in game. Anyways, aside from that, these two weren't even ranked senior moderator, yet they had the spec. According to Paragon, only senior moderator plus has these specs. Anyways, moving on to point 2. He says our mod pay on average is the equivalent of $20 USD monthly in Robux and normal mods don't even get paid, so they're basically doing charity work for a community that absolutely hates them. Okay, well, I did previously mention that most people become a moderator, not because they, like this community or, want to support it. They just do it for distinguishment. They want to be a part of the higher society. But for Paragon's case, he says he hates 90% of the community. So some of you are probably asking, hey, Flames, if this dude hates 90% of the community, if he hates the game, I mean, he doesn't hate the game, but if he hates the community of the game so much, why is he even becoming a community manager? All right, so let's make a few points, okay? So first off, this guy has a YouTube channel with over 10K subscribers. And I'd like you to keep in mind that if you have over 1K subs and over 4,000 watch hours on YouTube, you can monetize, meaning you can make money from YouTube. And since he's a community manager of this big game, he's making money not only from moderating the game, he's also making money from YouTube as well, okay? And then second off, you're a community manager of a big game, meaning this will look good on a resume, let's say, when you're applying to become staff for another big game, okay? Anyways, aside from that, he's talking about making 20 bucks worth of Robux while he has external income thanks to YBA. And it's not only him, by the way. Other moderators also do have YouTube channels with a decent amount of subscribers. Let's say Philip has like 3K, you post some stuff there, you make money. So $20 isn't the only thing you get. You also get extra money just because you have some affiliation with the game. And I know for a fact that some people are going to be like, oh, Flames, but there's no separate YouTube channel. No, listen. He makes content related to moderation, videos such as like a day of a life of a community manager, banning Joes if they lose to me in a 1v1. This is just him clearly taking advantage of his position of being a staff to make content on YouTube, okay? So you can't tell me otherwise. So in here, he just fails to admit that he's making external money from something that's related to moderation work in YBA, okay? Also, I'd like to, again, rethink and re-talk about this one other point he makes in the second part. He says, and normal mods don't even get paid, so they're basically doing charity work for a community that absolutely hates them. I could agree with the statement. It's a good statement. Some of the mods that actually genuinely do their job properly and actually follow the guidelines or whatever get caught in the crossfire of this generalized staff hate, and yes, I could agree with this. But the main issue that we have is really the abusive mods. You can't really put those mods in this category, and there's been a lot of cases of mod abuse in the community, and some of these people still haven't been punished for what they have done. One example that I can give out of the top of my head is Sony muting somebody for 40 years just because they said something about the Crazy Gold drama. Yeah, that happened. And it wasn't anything against the rules. It was just some like general criticism. You can just watch the video that I mentioned that on. I think it was the staff dumpster fire video. These sort of cases just really make me think that Paragon just has complete control over moderation. It just makes me think that Uzu gave Paragon free reign over moderation. Anyways, moving on from this, we see number 3, as a community manager, I don't have control over the development of the game, and yet people say the game's balancing other issues are my fault because I use mod specs somehow. Okay, I'm just gonna be pretty outright about this. I don't really care about this portion. He can go ahead and make whatever suggestion that he has, but the part that I find that's pretty annoying is him just posting these suggestions on like polls or sub announcements. You have your own suggestion, cool, just make a suggestion channel or staff balancing channel and post it there. Why do you have to post it on polls or sub announcements? Like the same thing, the same balancing suggestions over and over and over again. Anyways, he just goes on to say that people are criticizing him for his balancing suggestions. I don't think this part is too important. It's pretty trivial. Moving on. Alright, so then he goes on to write a whole separate paragraph from the points. He says, how are you going to say us using mod specs means we don't know crap about the game, when in reality the mods who do not have access to mod specs don't even play that often other than to do mod work? All I gotta say is fuck you. Anyway, moving on. So I'm gonna say something about this as well. Most mods, honestly, from what I saw at least, do their work towards the end of the month. I mean, if you want to try to deny this, go ahead. I see them mostly going AFK in servers and banning people towards the end of the month or the last week of the month or whatever. Not like at least during the month. Because they get their pay at the end of the month. They have to meet a certain quota. So I've heard that they need to ban 100 people in game and 100 people from SPR for them to not get warned and keep their rank or slash not get demoted. Moving on to paragraph B, this is just basically the same thing. It's a rant about him making suggestions, people not liking it, blah blah blah. This is again trivial. I don't really care. Moving on. So paragraph 3 talks about him being abusive. Oh, that situation, mute cases. Yeah, true, you didn't get caught abusing in YBA, but let's just not talk about that one time you told your whole entire gang Discord to dislike bomb my video. Yeah, you couldn't do that in YBA, so you pleaded to your own gang Discord to do it for you, huh? I wouldn't be surprised if you try to make an excuse by saying it was a bad video or something. So then he goes on to write a final paragraph, says that he's human. Then he just talks about, you know, these rank stuff, like, you know, how he he sees himself as higher than other people. Then he says that, you know, he doesn't. He just like tries to communicate, but other people try to use him, blah 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 blah. And that's pretty much the end of it. So let's just go on to our conclusion statement and end the video. So first off, before I even open my mouth, I'm gonna say that this isn't a video to direct hate toward any of the individuals mentioned in the video. So please don't raid, don't DM spam, or don't do anything stupid. With that out of the way, I'm just gonna say, first off, if you hate the community, just leave it. Not everybody likes you, cool, and if you just dislike that aspect of it, just leave your position. Nobody's forcing you to stay and take all of this shit, okay? But as I said before, there's too many good aspects to this for you, so you're not gonna do that, okay? Second, you absolutely trying to shit on YouTubers slash people that are posting these types of stuff in the YBA Discord in front of like 400,000 people just goes to show how immature you are, because you can just respond to them on the subreddit, or respond to them in DMs, or respond to them on the video. Or even better, try to resolve the situation verbally by talking to them. Have you not even once considered the fact that you might be at wrong for once? Have you not even thought about that? Have you not thought about, oh yeah, maybe this guy is right, so I should do blah blah this, blah blah that? Because in a majority of the cases, I just see you attempting to clap back to either criticism or something else. Yeah, okay, we get it, you're human, but when the community or some people try to point out something and say that you did this wrong or what you're doing is wrong, you just decide to turn a blind eye or just ignore it, which is not okay. And your response to this is probably going to be something in the lines of, oh, community is young, oh, some people's opinions suck or whatever. Dude, maybe even once, if you're a community manager, if you once even like decided to listen to the community and maybe self-reflect and take your time to understand what you might be doing wrong, then maybe there might be improvements, then there might be more people starting to understand you more, or maybe starting to like you more even. And besides, you talk about this in front of 400,000 people just makes the situation worse for you, because you're giving the video attention, or you're giving the post, in this case, attention. Which, if you didn't give it that much attention, maybe it wouldn't have been an issue, or it wouldn't have grown to be an issue in the first place. But yeah, your clear obsessiveness about these types of situations, and then the reason why I say that you're obsessive about this is because you post a response at 4 a.m. And let me tell you something, no normal person types up a response to a Reddit post in 4 a.m., okay? But what you decide to do is bring it up in front of 400,000 people and then attempt to belittle people that are making comments and stuff. And I have been a victim of this. You know, when I posted that YBA staff team is a dumpster fire video, you decided to tag me in the active chat when it existed in YBA, and before you shut down every single channel and disabled from everybody talking, you tagged me in there with a group of buddies in there, your buddies, and then started talking trash and started talking some other blasphemous stuff, and then I couldn't even type anything. You're just typing stuff over and over and over again, trying to get a crowd to witch hunt me, or just try to, you know, belittle me, insult me, or whatever. You know, I'm gonna say this personally, I don't give a shit about what you or your simps say to me, okay? I'm open to criticism. You can say anything you want as long as it doesn't pass or cross a certain line. What's problematic here is you had to call a group of people to attempt to belittle me and then not even allow me to talk and say something. Or even better, you wouldn't even go into my DMs and try to say anything in there. You basically needed a crowd to support you or back you up or cheer you on. So this just basically was an extremely sad attempt to publicly shame me. And the funny thing is, the same thing is happening in YBA right now in the Discord. You're just talking and posting what other people are posting and trying to like belittle them and shame them with your other buddies. Okay, so aside from that, if you can't take the heat, if you can't take the criticism, if you can't take it, why are you a community manager? If you're signing up to be a staff, you need to be prepared to take some bashing from the community if something happens, or in any case, at all times. You know, it's the same for me. If I'm a YouTuber and I start whining about all the people that dislike me, then why am I going to be a YouTuber? A person who has any sort of influence publicly needs to be prepared to take a bashing, or hate, or comment, or criticism. But if you can't take any of these, why are you a community manager? And let's keep it a $1.50. If you said you were able to take it, you wouldn't be doing 4 AM responses with a college essay attached to it, okay? Oh, congrats, you made it to the end. That's all for this video. If you watched the whole thing, genuinely appreciate it. Please don't send any hate to anybody mentioned in the video. Please don't do anything hateful as well. I've only made this video to voice my concerns and go over this little post that Paragon made on Reddit. And that's all it ever will be. If you like the video, like, sub, we're nearly at 3K. I live stream. I post live streams on my Discord, not the Thunder Thighs Discord, which some of you have been joining lately instead of the other Discord. Oh yeah, and I did fight against Illujo, the second round of the YBA YouTuber tournament. So if you want to go check that out, that will be on the next upload. And with that said, see you in the next one. Peace.